Hey, this is Sasha, and welcome to another episode of Let's Talk Stocks. And today, I want to let you know how not to be a fat stock trader. Now, when I say fat, I'm not trying to be mean or hurtful, especially if you're struggling with weight and whatnot. What I'm trying to do is make sure that you become a better trader so that you can see and understand the concept I'm trying to share so that you continue to evolve your game. So it's not about being mean. It's about taking you to the next level with your trading. Now, in order to illustrate this example of what I'm trying to get to, I want to share with you a quick little story about when I first arrived in the United States. Now, if you didn't know, I kind of grew up in Russia, Tomsk to be exact, and then we moved to the United States. And, you know, in Russia, they didn't have a lot of buffets, all you can eat, or restaurants for that matter, that we attended or went to because we were very poor and lived kind of in a lower level society. Now, when we first arrived to the United States, we went to a restaurant. It was the KFC restaurant, and there we went to the buffet. And it's the first time I've seen a buffet as a kid. So I was maybe about 7, 8 years old when I went into this restaurant, and it's like you pay once and you can eat as much as you want. And that to me was an amazing concept. So what did I do? I stuffed myself as much as I could because remember, we grew up not having a lot. So you go to the buffet, you eat as much as you can, and then what happens afterwards? Well, you feel sick, you're tired, and I ended up throwing up just shortly after we left the restaurant. And that's kind of what happens overall when you overeat, stuff yourself, and have too much. And this is what I'm getting at when you're a fat stock trader. So what is a fat stock trader? A fat stock trader is basically a person who's trying to indulge in their cravings. They're doing things on an emotional level. Look at this in terms of cravings for eating disorders, people that just want to eat because they feel bad about themselves because they're depressed. It could also look in terms of relationships. When you miss someone, let's say you're a lonely man or a woman and you miss a partner you want someone to spend your life with, well, you go ahead and maybe make bad choices for these relationships with people that are definitely not a good fit or match for you, but you end up doing it anyway. And that's kind of being in a fat relationship instead of being in a fat stock trader. But this is what stock traders do, is they miss money just like other people miss relationships. They get into a bad relationships. Well, if you miss and crave, let's say money, or you're hungry for money, well, you end up taking on bad trades. And that's what a fat stock trader does. Now, why is it bad to be a fat stock trader? Well, you can obviously see where I'm going with this, is that if you're taking on bad trades, it's going to create more losses. It's going to create problems with your emotions, psychology. You're going to get into the wrong trades. You're going to lose more money than you should. And not to mention, those things were not right for you anyway. Now, there's a lot of people in the world. There's a lot of relationships happening, and maybe your ex-wife or ex-girlfriend are getting together with some other people, and those relationships work great, right? But they weren't great for you. And this is what happens with certain trades, is that there's a lot of trades out there, and they're great trades, but they may not be right for you. You need to choose the right trades that are right for your risk levels, your risk appetite, your experience, those kinds of things. And that way it can be a better fit for your trading or investing. So that's why it's bad to be a fat stock trader, because you're just choosing things based on emotions. You're just choosing things based on what you feel good or what makes you feel good at the time, and not necessarily the best thing for the long haul. Now, it's better off to be a hungry trader. That's what's better. And what does that really mean? Well, when you are hungry, if you've never been hungry, then I recommend you try it at least for a day or two, just to, either not eat. It's not going to kill you, but you'll see that hunger starts to kick in, that drive starts to kick in, and you want something, you want it. But it's a different kind of drive than a fat craving drive, right? So when you have a hunger drive, you want it for success in a way, and you're more determined to get it because it's essential for you to survive. Now, you can't do it for 10 weeks and go out without food. But going out a little bit, being a little bit hungry will move you forward in your trades, right? Being hungry for success. The drive will create more. Hey, I want to learn more. I want to learn more about options if I don't know about options. Hey, I'm hungry for learning about technical analysis because that's what I want to go after. And that's what hunger does to you. Whereas instead, hey, if you're missing money, that's more of a craving, and now you're trying to do all these things because you feel like you're missing something. So it's a completely different approach to be hungry than it is to have that craving for something and indulging yourself. So I hope you see and understand why you shouldn't be a fat stock trader. Because if you are, and you're, putting on trades because you're basically indulging in yourself, well, eventually what's going to end up happening is you're going to end up puking just like I did after going to KFC buffet. If you like this video, guess what? I have a new book that's coming out later on towards the end of this year called Mindsets of a Master Trader. It's going to cover concepts all about psychology and brain development for traders. So stick around and make sure you get on the newsletter list by clicking the link right here. Now, if you just want to hang out and watch cat videos on YouTube, that's perfectly okay too. But if you want to learn some educational things, then by all means, click the subscribe button right here. Thanks for joining me. In the end, remember, do what you love, contribute to other people, but most importantly, live life abundantly. Remember, it's not all about money. It's about living life, enjoying life, and making the most of it. So I'll see you in the next video.